Hey everyone, welcome back to the Biker Protocol channel. My name's Hollywood with Black Patch MC here in Las Vegas.
And I am Picasso with the Eagle Riders MC, also here in Las Vegas. So welcome to our channel.
Support gear.
To you.
This is the 10th time we've done this.
Yeah, right.
Support gear. Yeah, we're talking about support gear in this one. It's not necessarily even support gear, just gear you get at
other
events or
things.
something.
Yeah. So the reason we brought this up was, so as I have, I don't know about you, I have like a chest of drawers in my bedroom filled with shirts from rides, right?
Yeah.
I mean, every time I go to Sturgis, well, you got to buy a new shirt, right? So I have all these shirts. One of the guys in our club, he told me his entire closet is just hanging t-shirts of just endless ride.
Yeah.
So, I'm clearing them out the other day, right? And I'm just going through shirts and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this one. I remember that ride. And then I started realizing, so I'll show it in a second. But, one of the things, we go on a lot of rides with other clubs, right? Or parties or events or different things like that. And they give you shirts a lot of times, right? Sometimes they give you ride pins or
pins,
stickers,
hats,
right? That's another one. And so, I have a collection of all these shirts from other clubs that I sometimes wear and whatnot, right? Or sometimes I'll wear it back to their next party or something, right? Show a little solidarity. But one of the things we wanted to bring up in topic, because this is something that we've gotten feedback from other clubs or other people that are out there, is sometimes you have to watch it just because you get, I would consider that like support gear or support wear from another club. And sometimes you have to watch that because you might be wearing another club's colors, and you have to kind of think about that a little bit. And, and these are things you think about, right? So like, I'm going to show this. I'm going to hold this up to the camera. So like, this is one that I got. We did a ride with Hell's Angels a couple years ago, right? And, nice shirt. We rode out to area. I gotta miss but we rode out to Area 51. It was a cool organized ride they put together. And, even says down their sleeve, it says, ride with 81 and, all of that, right? So, things you got to be careful of is, this isn't exactly like a red and white shirt like their colors, but the print sure is. And so you got to have to watch it because you might be riding with something like that, and somebody might see you at a gas station at another event or whatever, and they might take issue with that. So it's kind of a thing you don't always necessarily think about, but this is kind of fall into that biker protocol kind of thing.
Definitely.
Is be careful of what you're wearing, even though it's not your club colors, it's not your vest, it's not anything. Things like that may come up. And so, it's not like we're a support club for the HAs. No issues with them at all. We've done rides with them before. Good, and here in Vegas, a good bunch of guys, right? But the reality is, if I'm wearing a shirt of theirs, some people might interpret.
Yeah, I've seen or heard stories, I should say, from other people of some guy went to an event, maybe not even club oriented, got a shirt because he thought it was cool, and then was wearing that shirt one day on his bike or wherever, and came across someone that didn't like that club of the shirt that he was wearing, and even though it may not even have said support or it was something more generic like that, he had a problem, I guess, and he didn't know that. He's just thinking he's putting a shirt on. So it's important to think about that because you never know who you're going to come across. It could be just someone at the grocery store, and then there's egos out there. So it may look cool. I have the same thing. I have a whole closet full of shirts similar to that from all sorts of clubs, and they just tend to be kind of like work shirts because obviously being in the club myself, I can't wear them unless I'm a support club of them, which we're not. So you definitely have to be careful of that because the wrong person sees it, they'll just jump to conclusions. That's what happens. So yeah, I mean that's kind of like where you stand with that. I mean, there's not much more to say on it, to be honest.
No, but even it transcends things a little bit. In addition to support gear, be careful of even colors of what you might be wearing that is not support gear. So. We had a little hiccup in our club for a while where people were wearing, like long sleeve flannel shirts in the wintertime, right? Because it's cold out.
Yeah.
And it was the colors of another club.
Yeah.
And so, I kind of had to put the hammer down as the P of the club. I was like, look, we can't wear these because it's just going to draw attention. It's going to get us the wrong kind of attention. And people were like, well, I don't see an issue. We're not wearing their actual I'm like, yeah, but when you're riding down the highway and, you're wearing, a certain color checkered shirt, right?
Yeah.
And they see that and they see you wearing a vest. The next thing you know, you're surrounded by 10 of them, and then you got an issue, right? So, these are things you always have to be aware of. Is what you're wearing makes a difference.
we had a couple years ago a prospect that had just became a prospect, or no, sorry, he was a hang around before he became a prospect, and he had a bandana wrapped around the handlebars,
Oh, wow,
and
okay.
just thought it was cool or whatever, an accessory for your bike, and it was obviously not the color for our club,
Yeah.
and where we had explained, like you're riding around with this color on there, that's kind of like tagging your bike, saying, "Hey, I ride with these type of people,"
Yeah.
and someone sees that, they don't care who you're with. If they're an enemy of that club or
Yeah.
whatever, then you might have a
Well, and
problem.
and it could also be, and it could be a variety of things, right? And it could even be things like you mentioned, accessorizing a bike.
Mhm.
I've seen people have issues with like things like get back whips where they're
Yeah,
braided
because they're
leather
all
in a certain
different
club
colors.
color,
Yeah.
right? So you have to be careful of that. We'll
And
do a
you
whole
and
video
you
on
can
get
buy
back whips.
those
Yeah.
at, like, any
Any
kind of
bikers, yeah,
rally,
yeah.
and you may not even think just think, "Oh, those are my favorite colors." You're riding along and someone thinks maybe you're support of that
Right.
club, or maybe you are in that club, just not wearing your cut or something like that, and could be trouble again, yeah.
Well, and other things that can go along with this, and a lot of times people we get the feedback on this channel, well, I'm going to do my own thing and all
Mhm,
that. Well, all right, but look, I get it. You have the freedom to do anything you want.
mhm,
We live in a free country, and nobody's really like telling you should or shouldn't do something. But as part of this culture and part of the biker protocol, which is what this channel is about, it's understanding these little
mm,
unwritten rules, right? So one of the things that also can be issues is things that you might cause drama that you're not even aware of. So, for example, let's say you're riding around and you're wearing a support shirt from another club, right?
mhm,
And somebody sees you and you might be like, let's say you're representing, I'm just going to pick on you guys, Black Patch is riding
yeah,
around and one of your guys is wearing a support shirt from totally innocuous and innocent, right? No intention or
yeah,
ill will, but they're riding a shirt with a certain club colors, right? And somebody from that club or a support club for that club sees it and they call it in and to their officers and they say, "Hey, are you aware that Black Patch is riding around with our colors?"
yeah,
And the
yeah.
next thing you know, you get a phone call or you get greeted at an event 2-3 months down the
Yeah.
road, right? And people have memories for
I
things, and
I kinda joke with that, with some of the guys that, like, when we're getting ready to go ride and we, like, put on our costume because, when you're wearing this, the cut itself has, your colors,
Mhm.
right? It's a certain brand, but also the shirt underneath.
Yeah.
It's kinda cheesy to think of it like, we're not fashion police, we're not it's not about fashion, but it does
Well, but some clubs take this more seriously than others,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
for
no,
sure too.
that's what I mean,
Yeah,
like, so, like, if you went rolling around in a bright green shirt or a
yeah,
bright red shirt or, heck, any kinda random color, and that's not your club colors, that's kinda making a statement in a
yeah. It
lot of
is.
ways,
And some clubs are more, I hate to say it, more color coordinated than others, right? Like so in our
It's
club,
funny to say it, but yeah,
well, but
yeah, I
it's
get what
true,
you're
right?
saying,
So
yeah,
so
yeah.
like for example, our club, we don't care what kind of really shirts you wear. Most of
Mhm.
us wear our own club shirts, but
Yeah,
you wear whatever you want. But for example, some clubs have very specific colors. Like most of us wear black leather, right? That's
yeah.
common. But for example, Iron Crossman is a good example. I'm going to pick on them. So good bunch of guys, right?
Mhm,
Their leather is all brown, and they
mhm.
all match, and they all look really cool, and that's how they've established their look, right?
Yeah.
We know, for example, that here in Vegas, there's an all women's club called the Bling Divas, and they all wear like white vests, right? And
Mhm.
they all
Yeah,
match. So some people in some clubs don't care. Some clubs are wear denim or wear
yeah.
leather. We don't care as long as your patches are on. So everybody has a different look, but you have to be kind of cognizant of the fact that what you're wearing may have an implication to somebody else. So
It kinda goes back to the military days,
yeah,
of club creations or, the dawn of time of
yeah,
clubs, if you wanna put it that way, the Marines wore certain outfits,
right,
the Air Force, all these different, sectors, and by no means am I, was I ever in the military, and respect the hell out of those guys, so I'm probably
for
speaking
sure.
way out of turn, so I apologize, but, uh, kinda that idea is like, everyone had their wardrobe
Yeah,
to tell you apart. Same with the patches,
right.
where a lot of this comes from. So I think, yeah, it kind of has to be coordinated. And nowadays, I've
Well,
have
and to even interrupt you, like I was just mentioning, vests, right?
yeah,
I know a lot of clubs that they all coordinate with shirts. They all wear
yeah,
the same long sleeve shirts, all the same color. They coordinate in that level, right?
yeah.
So, to just kind of piggyback
No,
what you're
definitely.
saying.
And I think because again, um, like for us, we generally black our colors are
Yeah,
black and gray. And there's like a story to that. But if I put on a bright colored, wild colored shirt that's representative of another club, um, I think it's going to make a statement because
sure,
everyone
could.
knows like these are your colors. now you're wearing this. What's going on? It's kind of
Sure.
weird. Not that you would get in trouble, but it might, like you said, maybe an officer of that club that has those colors comes to one of your officers and goes, "Hey, what's going on here?" You know?
Well, we're going to do another video on like the whole Sons of Anarchy kind of thing, right? Because that's a topic too. But most people, most officers or most longtime guys in clubs, they kind of they will usually look the other way. A lot of the issues might come up from some prospect who's looking to make a name for himself,
exactly.
and he winds up taking issue, right? So these are things you got to.
It comes down to the ego. There's a lot of egos out there, and you got to be careful which one you come across. So.
Do me a favor. Tell us in the comments what, if you ride with a specific look or color or anything like that. We're kind of curious to hear from it because everybody has their own way of doing things.
Or just have you had any run-ins?
Yeah, have you had any run-ins with people? Yeah.
And keep it civil. But if you just wearing your normal shirts, colors, and someone said, "Hey, you ride with such and such," like gives you a wide eye or a crooked eye.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So and also definitely hit the subscribe.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave it in the comments. Let us know any stories you may have. We love hearing them, and so do our other viewers. But yeah, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It helps us make more videos, and they come out every week. So yeah. So thanks for liking and subscribing
to our
little
channel.
Video. So yeah,
it's kind of a short topic,
but it's an important one.
Yeah, it's a very important one. So we're gonna do a shot.
Oh yeah.
Shot.
So every week, our new tradition is we try to poison each other with something. So Hollywood brought something. He goes, "You're not allowed to look at it. But you're going to see." Yeah, I know. He said you got to try to guess what this is, and I tried smelling it. It's fruity. I don't know what this is.
He should know this.
I guess I should. Oh God, I'm going to find out. Do you have the bottle down there somewhere?
Yeah.
All right. Cheers. Ugh.
Come on.
Is that Manischewitz? Is that really?
Yeah.
Oh no way! Really? Happy Hanukkah.
You.
Oh man, holy cow. Oh, that's exactly what it is. Oh, that's funny. So to frame this up as we close our video out, he's never heard of MD 2020, which I find kind of funny. It's the ultimate in bum wines, right? And MD 2020 is made by the same company that makes that. And it's MD stands for Mogen David. See, I'm Jewish, right? So, oh man, that's just awful. Guys, have a great one. Thanks for watching our video, and we will see you on the next one. Keep the shiny side up.